Well, good early morning, almost afternoon. It's about 10:30. We are going to go ahead and start dinner. It is a wonderful crock pot meal. Let me go ahead. I'm just waiting. Got a couple more seconds for my chicken broth to come out. It was frozen, so I needed to go ahead and thaw it. Now, I do sometimes keep broth in a mason jar. I'll pressure steam it, pressure cook it, I mean. But this time I did not do that. I had more than enough of these containers, so I just wanted to go ahead and just put it. And it was late at night when I was scooping it all up and prepping it, and I didn't want to take the time and the hours to go ahead and do that. Let me bring you on in, and I'm going to show you what the ingredients that I'm going to be using. All right, so this is a very easy throw together crock pot recipe. It is rice and gravy and chicken. You're going to take 4 large chicken breasts, put them in your crock pot at the bottom. If you want to spray down your pan, you certainly can. If you want to use a liner, like I had done the other day, you most certainly can. Then you're going to get 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 2 packs of chicken gravy mix. I am adding my homemade chicken and rice. It's still got the chicken flavoring, so it's going to give it a really great texture and taste. After you've added that, you're going to get 3 cups of either water or chicken broth, which I still did chicken broth. I had, it is 3 cups, but I added 4 because I did do 2 cups of rice because that's what my mixes are. Then you're going to go ahead and add a little bit of some garlic powder and some black pepper. You want to go ahead and thoroughly mix that all up. I set mine on high for 4 hours, but you can do low, 6 to 8 hours. And then everything all comes together. If you want to add like some frozen peas to it later, you sure can, or just do a side of greens of something. This recipe does say if you want to add a little bit of sour cream, you could add a 1/2 cup. It would actually be right towards the end if you want to do that. I did not add any sour cream to this. It does taste absolutely delicious. We've already had our dinner and enjoyed it, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. You could probably add a little bit of heavy cream in there, get it a little bit more creamy and stuff, but this was super, super good. That is actually turkey broth, if I think I remember. It's not chicken broth. It's either turkey or chicken broth, but this was still super delicious. Add that in there. You always want to make sure that if you add the 2 cups of rice, you want to make sure you add 4 cups of water so you can double everything. I give it a nice little mix, and then at the very end, you can go ahead and just get a spoon or 2 forks and just shred up the chicken, and you serve it just like that. If you don't want to add the rice, you can cut then back the water just a little, or the broth just a little bit, but you still want it to cook thoroughly all in here together. Okay, so now that dinner has gone started, we have had a little issue in our house. Our dishwasher of less than 2.5 years old has died. We called for an electrician to come on out, a repair guy, and he said the motherboard fried. So now what we have to do is, we already did it. My husband and I took a day yesterday and went to Lowe's, got a brand new dishwasher, and it's the same brand. It's Maytag. But they discontinued our previous one, so we're not sure if maybe something along the line has prompted them to discontinue it. So we have another dishwasher. It should be coming either later today or tomorrow. But for right now, we have to hand wash our dishes just like the good old days. I remember big old family dinners where I had to sit there after Thanksgiving if we had it at our house. Since I was the oldest grandchild, we had some friends that were like 4 years younger than me, and her sister was then 4 years younger than her. So there was a whole line of me washing everything and them drying and putting it all away. Those were not some fond memories, but they were fun as a family. So I've got dinner started right here. I am just gonna go ahead and quickly do these dishes because I need this pan right here. I bought it for a whole particular different reason, but now I've changed my mind and we're gonna do it for something else. So I'm gonna bring you along today for some fun stuff, if you wanna call that, after I do these dishes. And also too, I gotta fill up my little soap dispenser. This thing is awesome. It gives you just the right amount when you want it. We used to go through a ton of dish detergent until I bought that. And I'm gonna show you just a second look. So you fill it all up to here and you push this right here and it gives you the exact amount, just a little bit. I do just need to clean the top of that and refill it. What we do is we go to Sam's Club and we get these big industrial, here, I'll show you just a second. I probably should have done that so I could show you all that. Here, yeah. Let me just clean my hands real quick. I'll show you that real quick because I'm sure you don't want to see me doing dishes. We have this big industrial thing of Dawn dish soap. So what we just do is just give it a second and then I just fill it up just like this. Takes about 15 pumps or so. I try not to fill it up all the way. The very first time I filled it up all the way, the top wasn't on and dish soap went all over the countertop. So, yeah, and that's pretty much all you do. I try to give this then here a good little clean. Hot water. Wipe this all down. Once I usually then get the lid on, I will wipe the lid I'll wipe the top down anyway. There's really no particular way this goes. Or is there? There is there. And then I'll just go like this and just wipe it all down. Run that under some hot water. And then I'll just set it over here on the side. And that's about it. This pretty little cool gift. All right, let me finish up these dishes and then I'll be right back with you. All right, so now that the dishes are all done and I've cleaned that pan out, we're moving on to the next project before I do that. Now, if you saw in a video not too long ago, which I can post at the end, that I absolutely love these, okay? These are some nice heavy duty, almost like grocery bag totes. I watched this one video, this one girl, I absolutely love her. I won't say her name, but I absolutely love her. And she uses like Winco, because she's up by the Seattle area. I don't have a Winco by me, and none of my other grocery stores around my area carry these. So I had to order these off Amazon, and I'll throw a link down below. But I absolutely love these. I was using them for like the groceries in my car. You know, we go to Sam's Club a lot, and you know, you don't have any bags. Everything has to go into, you know, either these things, or you just carry them out maybe in a box or something. And what we usually do is do a scan and go. So we usually put all of our items in as we're scanning it. So then that way when we get up to the front door, everything's all paid for and we leave. And then these are already in the car. You have handles on these sides. Then you have really nice handles here. Then you have a really nice hard and heavy duty bottom. So it's not all flimsy and stuff. So it holds it all in there. And after probably about, maybe a good 2 or 3 months of using these, I'm like, well, wait a minute. The girl I love watching, she puts it in her freezer so she could pick up and move things along. So she'll put like chicken all in one, beef, sausage, pork, or, you know, something to that matter. And I was like, wow, you know, that is brilliant. And so I did that, and I'll link the video again. I did that for this video because I don't need to show it. But now I want to do something for this one. So if you saw the video where my freezer died, I mentioned that I wanted to go ahead and get these. So thankfully we were able to get some. I got 2. So well, it comes in a pack of 4. So I got 1 pack here for this, and then another pack for my car, because I really, really love those. And sometimes I do have to do groceries on my own, because if you guys remember, if you've been here with a while, my husband works overnights. So there's not always a day where he can go ahead and help me. And then the kids all go to school. So it's usually me, myself, and I who have to do grocery shopping recently. So I'm going to bring you over here, and I'm going to pile everything all in as organized as I can. And that's what we're going to go ahead and do right now. Okay, so we still have just a few of the banana cocoa brownies left. I don't know if they know that they're in here, because we do have some more banana, the banana oats and honey muffins too. So I did tell everybody, but I don't know if they remember. And a couple of videos ago, I did a Bisquick-based biscuits, and we're going to be probably cooking those things up later tonight. So here, let me bring you in so you can really see what's going on. I've got some bread, some ice creams and stuff. But then over here in this one, I still have like my vegetables and cheeses and stuff, and I want to move those all over here. I want to make this all meat and or broth and everything else in here. So let me go ahead and organize this, and then I'll go ahead and I'll bring you back, because you don't really need to see me putting ice cream in a bag. Okay, so now you see me, I am taking out some frozen broccoli that we usually pick up from Sam's Club. Now I'm putting some frozen bok choy that my mom and dad grew. I usually make some soup with that, add it into like a broccoli cheddar soup or anything along those lines. Sometimes I even use it for a potato and leek soup. I'll add some bok choy into that, just give it some extra vitamins and proteins along those lines. They also gave me a big bag of jalapeno peppers. So I also too add about 3 or 4. I add all the seeds and everything in there. I also had some frozen spinach, and that was a bag of frozen peppers. Usually when My store has buy one, get one free on peppers. I usually buy like 4 and then I just pre-dice them and keep them frozen. That way I always have peppers that I need to add in. Just doing a little bit more organizing down there. I was finding breads and I had accidentally put one of the pork chops in my other freezer, so that needed to go in the meat chest freezer. When we go ahead and open this one up, I organize that, and I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've done. All of these cheeses get put into a container. I find that this is so much easier and so well organized. I am so glad that I saw one of my favorite video girls doing this. All right, so we are now organized. Now let me just quickly show you what I've done. So don't mind the noise in the back. We got a robot litter just not too long ago because we have 5 cats. Absolutely love it. Okay, so down in here, not too far, we got our soup starters. We got then all the different kinds of breads. Down in here, we got then some muffins, ice cream, and then ice cream pops. I'm trying to keep these in here so I know which way they go to. Then I'm going to go ahead and stick all the vegetables that are in here. And then we got some cheeses over here on the side. So that actually felt really good. And of course I have a cat up here. I am going to go ahead and just stick these in here and just remind my husband that he can take some of these, take them to work, and then they'll thaw out. Like I was saying, we got a robot litter just about 2 weeks ago. Family is loving it. Cats are a trip. Every time someone gets in there, it goes and it spins. And we usually get 3 out of the 5 cats taking a look at it. It's absolutely hilarious. This little guy, he is Cinnamon, and he is our biggest kitty, but he is our most lovable kitty. Yes, he is. He likes to bite my toes and follow me around like I'm his mommy. All right, let's go. Let me wash my hands because I just played with them. And let's continue on our projects. I know, you're going to follow me everywhere I go today. He's a good boy. Alrighty, so now our next little project is going to be taking these that I bought as a replacement of all of our plasticware. We did have a lot of Tupperware containers and such, and really trying to get myself and our family a little bit more environmental friendly. And because plastic, even though it can be BPA free and all that stuff, sometimes you still just don't know 100%. So I got these wonderful glass storage containers online. I got 2 packs. So they come as 5 small and 5 large, and each of them with a lid. Now I've been really trying to work on throwing all of these over in my storage container where I keep all of the other Tupperware stuff, but you know, life gets away. You know, sometimes you know that it's done, you walk by it and you're going, ugh, and you just try to put a blinder on it because you just don't want to do it. Well, today's the day. So this is what I wanted these for, is to hold all of my lids, because if they don't, my lids aren't secured and taken care of, then obviously, probably just like you know, they're not all in one area. They're never going to be in one area, and then you're going to try to find them and you're not gonna know exactly where they are, and then you're not gonna wanna use them. All right, let's go that way. All right, so this is what underneath kind of looks like. Okay, so I got my 2 strainers here and stuff. We got some vinegar, some oil, and now I have some spiced rum vanilla. Okay, I still have my other regular vanilla up there, but I haven't dug into that yet. So these are ones like that I'm talking about. You know, they're all dirty, dingy, and disgusting. Some of them even have holes in them. Now these itty bitty baby ones we do usually use, so I'm gonna still keep those. And I'm gonna go ahead and just finally get rid of all of these other ones, and then that way we don't ever have to worry about them again. I also have down in here some of these other ones that I got. These are called Anchor. These are really nice. They only had 2 small and 2 large, but then they also had all of the like round ones, so you can do like dips in here, put the lid on, put in the refrigerator. When you go to do a party, all you gotta do is take it out and it's in a pretty glass bowl. So I've done those ones, but I mean, this has been used and used and used, and this is really not very good for your health. Also in here, I have all of my plastic deli containers. So we have all these in here. Yes, I did right. Most of these are really in either permanent marker or like you can kind of see here, if you really scrub it, the magic erase, the dry erase. I did want to use another one of these. It's outside in the storage unit. We did use it for something, but I forgot. But I want to put all of those lids into that so it could all be together. All right, so now we have finished this up. I had to go to the store and get another one of these. We could not find the other one over here that I had done. But this is what the organization kind of looks like right now, and I absolutely love it. So we'll see how this goes. And there's our kitty Jinx. Hi, Jinx. All right, so dinner is done. I am just gonna go ahead and put a little bit on here before I call everybody. This has been smelling amazing all throughout the day. And you don't even have to worry about it. The recipe actually called for dicing up the chicken, but I knew that once we go ahead and cooked it all, it was going to be absolutely delicious. Hot. This is phenomenal. Now you could probably maybe at this time add some peas or something like that. You know, like frozen peas, and just mix it all in, let it sit maybe for a couple more minutes till it warms it up. But sometimes we like our vegetables here on the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and just probably make some peas or some carrots or something like that. This is phenomenal. We are gonna go ahead and sit down and have dinner. I just wanna say thank you again so much for coming into my home today. If you like this video and you wanna see more, go ahead and pop a few videos up here so you can go ahead till my next upload. Please go ahead and make sure you like, share, but most importantly, go ahead and subscribe. And as always, keep on cooking. Bye.